Hello, hello and welcome back. I'm Claire, this is Purple Poppy, and for today's Sunday stitching I'm continuing work on my Make with Kate, the pouch to go with my K3N journal. So while you were absent, I did make a start on my trees. I did them very roughly, just with lots of stitches backwards and forwards. As you can see from the scribble, that was the look that I was intending to gain. So today I've got black, white and gold thread. White for these flowers obviously, black if I feel like doing some more trees, and gold to put this down. Hope it's not going to be too visible. I think I'm going to use the gold. I'm going to start getting these down because all these pins are starting to get on my nerves. So, how are you? You happy, safe and well? Seen lots of videos of the Roxy's Still Life going on. I haven't seen many videos of Make with Kate, although there is a lot of posts in her Facebook group. So I don't know if most of the people that are doing this, because there are quite a few, are not really YouTubers, so they're just posting in the group. I've also been busy this week with I did the Elizabeth Dane little circles challenge again. This week it was a oh goodness me, the double running stitch is what it was. Double running stitch in two colours, obviously in a circle. She did 3 decreasing size circles. I did do 3 in decreasing size, but I didn't put my circles inside each other. I chose to just overlap them a little bit. And what else? Oh, I jumped onto Creative Cove. I love a bit of Creative Cove, and did some painting. See my YouTube, you might have seen, not YouTube, this is YouTube, duh, my Instagram. You may have seen that because I did post it. I am seriously no artist, and yet I managed to do what she said, so there may be a little bit of hope for me, with lots and lots and lots of practice. So that was fun. What else has been happening? Oh, of course, I've done some more work on my Just Because quilt. That video came up on Friday. We had my granddaughter's birthday on Saturday. So that was lovely. It was like a bit of celebration. So yeah, all sorts of things have been going on, keeping me out of trouble. And today I'm stitching on here. Now I'm fully aware that without tucking under or some steam and seam or whatever, that this is gonna fray. I have got no problem with that whatsoever. In case you haven't realised yet, I do love that scrappy frayed look, so that suits me no end, which is why I've chosen to join these in this way and not use, you know, a needle turn or any kind of sticky product. So I've also, I must admit, got totally engrossed in this whole making a pouch thing. I can't really show you right now because they're all behind me with stuff in. I'm using them as storage. But I've made 3 others, and I'm currently working on a 4th. Or have I made 4 and I'm working on a 5th? See, I don't even know. But I did see a picture in a magazine my friend had of one that was made to look like, you know, a house with door and windows. So I did one of those. And then I was digging through my stencils one day, and I remembered that I had these like shop stencils, you know, apothecary and grocery store, and you may have seen the sugar sack one. So I did some stamping on my some of my builder's cloth, that sort of very loose weave of almost Hessian type fabric. And I stenciled on that with black, and then used it with some lining, one of hubby's old shirts, to make another like pouch, well, more of a sort of storage bag really, but, and I've put all my threads in it, so that was good. Well, I say all, that's a lie. Some, the remainder are in the one that looks like a house. So yeah, I've got those 2 pouches doing that, so that was good. Yeah, just really, to be honest, doing exactly what I feel like. I've decided that this year I'm going to be a lot less scheduled, as it were, and I'm just going to do what the mood depicts. So basically living my life at the moment in like hour slots, and whatever I feel like doing for that hour is what I'm doing. So some of it crafting, some of it house, all that kind of thing, just doing what I want to do. Some would say living my best life, because I'm not living to any rules. Well, there's a pin falling out there, see what I mean? I need to get these pins out because they're driving me insane. Yeah, some would say living my best life, just doing what I want to do when I want to do it. And that's that basically. So, and I mean, I do normally film these videos ahead, but because of that whole ethos of what and when, I'm really wacky ahead. I think today's Tuesday, I don't even know anymore. So, whereas I used to do like Sunday videos on a Friday, so it was ahead, but not that much. So, and I'm finding that as much as I was trying to get back to doing some paper, because I've done an awful lot of fabric last year, I can't leave it alone. It's still calling to me. So that is where we're at, it would appear. It's quite cold here today, although oddly, although it's cold, sun's out, which is a little bit bizarre. I think when I got up this morning it was something like -2, which I know many of you won't consider cold, but for us here that is pretty darn chilly, let me tell you. So the heating has been on. Although now I'm bare armed because I've been charging around doing some housework, because that's what I wanted to do in the last hour. So there you go. Whoops. See, I really need to get all these pieces stitched down because they're all getting caught up in the threads. I'm getting stabbed by all the pins. And I was trying to work it out how many Sundays we've got left, because today is the, well, it's not because this is Tuesday, but when you're looking at this, I believe it's going to be the 12th. So the 12th, and then 7 will be 19, so that's 1, and 7 will be 26 is 2. Oh, and 7 will be 34, so we've actually only got 2 more Sundays. So yeah, I really need to sort of think about getting a bit of a lick on with this, don't I? So and get all these yellow ones down, then I think we'll get the white ones down. And that'll be how it goes, as it were. Right, I'm going to poke that through the back and finish that off. I'm so in love with all these little bits that are joined together. Love it. Right, that's that. Let's get a knot on the end, because there's another one of these, isn't there? I know there is. Where is it? Oh, it's this. Oh no, there's 2 actually. Look. Right, so this giant one here, I really want to tuck under that white one as best as we can. So I'm still doing a little tiny pick at the top, quite a big space at the back, and obviously I'm not worried about all the stitches on the back, because being a pouch I have a lining for it. So that's all okay. Just want to get it all together, but by the same token I don't want to rush to do it. I want to enjoy doing it. So there you go. I see that Jerry Bellini's got a new project starting, which is quite awesome. I got to doing all this, which I love, through Jerry. I watched her making a needle book, and she was doing it with all little scraps and lots of different visible seams, a bit like this. So I started following her because I thought it was fantastic. Then she did that circle thing, and I made my book out of circles. And then she seemed to disappear. I think she had some health or family issues, I can't quite remember. So she sort of disappeared, but I noticed early this morning that she appears to be back, and she's got a project going, which is quite ironic, because the project she's doing, oh, I can't think what they're called, but it's for one of those long strings with beads, and traditionally they're birds, designed for prosperity. And the reason it's ironic is because a friend of mine gave me one of those for Christmas. So it's very strange. And I'm thinking that I might join in with that. It feels quite a nice thing to make. Oh, I pulled my needle off. Feels like quite a nice thing to make, and also I think it could be great dangle. It might dangle nicely off of this, you know, almost like a charm. Bit different to a normal dangle, but a dangle nevertheless. So I'm going to have a watch of her video and see exactly what she's doing. And as I say, I might join in that. No guarantees. If I do, I'll share some of it with you. Or of course you could pop over to her channel and have a look and see for yourself. Oh, see, now it's always annoying when that happens. I've somehow got that thread stuck, so I'm now stitching with double thread. But it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to do a couple of stitches, finish off this thread, and then we can reload with a proper single. There we go. So we'll pull that through and we'll finish that off. Okay. Sorry, I know it's all backwards and forwards and in and out of screen. It's one of the reasons I keep it quite wide, because I know a couple of people have asked about going close up, but I just feel that whenever I go close up I end up being permanently off screen and then nobody sees anything, so it's all a bit pointless. Mind you, you might think watching someone stitch is a bit pointless, I don't know. Where am I? I'm coming down here. So out, that was my finger. I want to go stabbing ourselves, Claire. We'll leave blood behind, which is no good, is it? We don't want red on here. These mustard leaves or plant life came from that box that the lovely Helen sent me. They were samples, I think, for curtains or upholstery. And there was a few of them in there, and I thought, oh, it's perfect, isn't it? And so was the grey and white one, actually. That was in there as well. So, what about telly? Where are we with the telly? Who's watching what? We're struggling to find something again. We recently watched, if you're in the UK, on ITVX, we recently watched that Play Nicely, about babies that got swapped at birth in hospital. Brilliant. It's an absolutely brilliant programme. There's only 4 of them, 4 episodes. I think they were about an hour long, but it was very good. We enjoyed that a lot. What are you watching? Got any recommendations? I have access to YouTube, Paramount, Netflix, all of those things. We don't have Apple or Sky. So tell me what you're watching, if you've got any recommendations. We're always desperate. Because we don't go out much, our evenings are mainly in front of the telly. So you quickly run out if there's only sort of 4 episodes or something. So it seems that the hunt for something to watch is a never-ending game. Oops. Right, I've gone quite loose on that one because obviously that corner, because obviously that white is going to be stitched over it, and that will hold it in. And then I'm coming all the way over here to this one on the end. Take that pin out. Also, another reason I need the pins out is because I can never find any pins. I seem to have pins in so many different projects that I can't get any pins to work with. It's ridiculous. I should probably buy some more. Okay. Nearly there, which means that's the gold all done. I think from here I'll go back to my trees, because you don't necessarily want to see me sew down the white bits, do you? Because that's exactly the same as I've just done with all this yellow, so it's a bit boring. Or is it? I don't know. It's weird because when I sewed all these together, I like to see those brown connections, and yet I've deliberately chosen appropriate coloured threads for these pieces that I'm joining on, which is weird, but there you go. Right, that's the yellow done. So pull that through, get rid of that extra thread. There you go, so yellow's all on now. As I say, I'm not going to do the white ones. I think that's going to be super boring for you. So I'm going to do my trees. Now you can see I did do a zigzag on my sewing machine as like the core trunk. I was going to carry on and do it all on my sewing machine. But if I'm 100% honest, my bobbin ran out and I couldn't be bothered to rethread it. So I just started hand stitching it. There's the truth. Oh dear. I told you I was on doing what I fancy only this year. So what I've been doing is, if you want some scruffy trees like I've got, is I've been sort of following my pen lines and not. So I'm just, this is very thin, which doesn't help. So I've just gone like that, and that's given me that line. And then, sorry, I thought I had extra thread at the back. And then I've just come back to that point, gone back to that point, and I'm literally just following my lines that I've scribbled on here. Trying not to overstretch it because you don't want to gather up a bunch, so you want to make sure, you know, you're keeping it flat. I suppose really something like this would be ideal in a hoop, because then you're going to keep that same tension. But you can see I'm just literally messing around with it and doing long and short basic stitches. And then because I've got this big gap here, what I did then was I sort of did half of it and came back, because when I did these scribbles, although I knew that I wanted the trees to look basically like this, I did it mainly for placement. And then when I got to the end, I came back up, and I'm just using normal sewing machine thread, as you probably saw, and just, well, that's what I'm doing basically. Just these long and short black stitches, making sure that you don't gather it up, because gathering it up you're going to get a big bunch, unless of course that's what you want to do. And then I stop about there, so I've got some bare trunk, as you would have on a tree. Okay, there, turn it round, nearly poked you in the eye, sorry. Turned it around, and then I just went back up. So basically did it again, but going the other way. And then when I got to the top, I did a big line down the middle to help hold all these, because those big stitches need a little bit of help, so otherwise they're just loopy, and we don't want loopy stitches. Okay, like that. That's all I did. And then like that, and go, yep, that one's fine. So then turned it back round, sorry, another poke in the eye, went back to the middle, and then I did a back stitch all the way down to hold those bigger stitches flat. Just like that. And of course that did then also give me the thicker spine, not spine, it's not a journal, Claire, the thicker trunk. And then obviously just finished it off at the back. So that's how I did my trees. So I think I'll do one more tree. How long have we been here? Oh, half an hour. I'm going to start on the tree. When this thread runs out, the thread runs out. How does that sound? And then that's when we'll stop. So oh, have I not got a knot? I thought, oh, got it going the wrong way round, Claire. Duh. Okay, there we go. So then over to there, over to there, over to there, over to there. Trying to get the first few semi-angled. We don't want them too straight. There we go. So I've made a start. Just gonna poke that through there. There you go. That's what it looks like now. So as always, huge thank you for coming along and joining me today. Stay safe. I'll see you very soon. Ta-ta for now.